right, so now this is the handles, and then we're gonna start with the M2. So for the handles on the M2, same thing. When you grab the handles, you don't wanna rest on your wrist, you wanna grab it. It's very important. When you grab it, you gotta squeeze with those little fingers, right? If you squeeze with all the fingers, you are working your grip, you're not working the wrist or the elbows, so the pain will go away, and you wanna keep the wrist straight. So that's how you grab the bar on the M2. On the M3 and M3S, we have the rotating handles. So these handles work exactly the same way as the M2, except that on the front, you have now more options. So you have the top handles, which rotate 90 degrees, okay? So you have basically your P2 position, that's called parallel 2. This is parallel 1, this is T-bar, and this is crossbar, okay? So that's what you can do with the rotating handles. Same thing with the lower curved handles. You have 4 positions, facing in, facing out, this way. And then you can basically use different position depending on the exercise that you do. But again, when you put your hands on the bar, you're supposed to grab the entire bar, you're supposed to wedge the bar deep inside your hand, okay? Make sure you squeeze with all the fingers, and that will basically take the pressure off the wrist and then the elbow. That is called anchoring. So the other way that you're gonna use the bar beside your hand is for your feet. So if you use your feet, for example, and you do an exercise like the mega donkey kick, you're gonna put your foot flat over here. You're gonna put the heel on the bar and then pressing out. Okay, so but always make sure you press from the heels, not from your toes, and that your toes are not right over here. You wanna put all the weight on that heel, right over here. Now we're on the M3X on this machine, but this is the plus handle. This is static bars. So when you order your M3, you have a choice between rotating handles, like you have on the M3 and the M3S, but you also have a choice of static handles. You can add the static handles on the M3, on the M3S, on the M3K, on the M3X, and on the M3E. All these machines will come standard with the rotating handles, but if you want to get the static handles, it's called the plus. So you can turn your M3 into an M3 plus, an M3S into an M3S plus, an M3K into an M3K plus, an M3X into an M3X plus, and an M3E plus. And that means that you're gonna have the static handles. The benefit of the static handles is that it gives you more range now for your hands. You can put your hands wherever you want on this bar. It also gives you new angles on the bar that were not previously possible with the rotating handles, because these bars do not rotate. They are static, okay? They don't go anywhere. So the benefit of this is that we were able to use better materials. So this is actually more squishy, better on the hands. Again, the way you're gonna grab the bar, you're gonna anchor your hands, you're gonna grab those bars over here, okay? It's easy to kind of rest the wrist like this, I see it all the time, but I don't wanna see that. You should be wrapping your hands on the handles. That's what you do. Wrapping your hands on the handles. That's how you anchor yourself on the machine. Not like this, like that, okay? Anchoring. Feet adjustment, same thing. You can basically put your heel either on the round bar or on the pad. It doesn't matter, but you always want the contact of the heel, okay? So this is the this is the static handles. The Evo comes with a new bar that is actually part of the platform. So it's a continuation of the platform. There's not really handles on the Evo. Even though we refer to these as the handle, they are part of the platform, okay? And what you can see is you have your parallel position, like you have on the M3, on the rotating handles and on the static handles. But because we use the triangular grip, we don't need to have the pad on the side. So when you do an exercise like a mega donkey kick or spider kick, for example, very simple. You can actually press your heel right there on the bar and you can push, and it's super comfortable. So you retain exactly the same functionality as you would with the static handles, except that now you're saving on the sides because the pads are not extending out. And of course, it's the same principle with the handles on the back end. Again, when you grab the handles on the Evo, you're not resting on the wrist, because now there's a possibility of even putting your elbow down since it's a flat surface. You don't want to see that. You're supposed to grab on to it, right? Grab onto it. That's how you anchor yourself on the Evo, and that's basically the description of the new handles on that machine. If you have any questions, if you're still uncertain, just email us, and then we'll do our best to explain to you the many differences between all these machines. Thank you.